My Podcast, lady dudes. You're about to enjoy a podcast from the LOWTREE Studios Podcast Network. If you want more great podcast dudes and lady dudes and dudes and other peoples, go to LOWTREEStudios.com. It's the studios. Okay. Goodbye.
Wreck My Podcast.
Before Shrek was an ogre, he was an evil entrepreneur in Gotham City. This week, we watched Batman Returns because if we're going to do a Christmas movie, it's going to be one that involves sexual innuendos from Danny DeVito.
Wreck My Podcast.
Welcome to Wreck My Podcast, where this week we're watching the most Christmas movie ever. That's right, Batman Returns. I'm here with my guest. He's got a fancy striped suit. It's Cam.
Eat floor. High fiber.
Yes. He's got the biggest parasail you've ever seen. It's Joe.
What a corn dog. Corn dog. Corn dog.
And then he may be number one, but we treat him like number two. It's Kreger.
You smell that fish?
No.
Cam took mine.
And then meow. I'm your host, Jordan. So guys, I think the first question we need to answer before we move on. Well, one, we all thought, or I guess Joe mentioned, he's like, hey, Billy D. Williams is Harvey Dent. We all forgot that he doesn't actually, he's not in this Batman
Yeah, he's not
movie.
in this one.
He's in the first
all thought
one.
he was in this movie.
I was
He's
waiting
only in
for him the
first one,
entire
and that's
time.
it. Me too. I was like, when does he
Same.
show up?
Same.
He never showed up. So that was a bummer. And then the other question we need to answer is, do you guys think this is a Christmas movie?
In the same way that Die Hard is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, does anyone think that this is not? Because, like, what makes a Christmas movie for you? Because this is a big argument about, like, what people consider Christmas movies.
Merry
There's a
Christmas.
big
During
Christmas tree,
Christmas.
and people say Merry Christmas.
Happy
It's set
Chrysler.
during
Okay,
Christmas.
so we all agree. As long as it's
Merry
set
Christmas.
during Christmas and there's either the presence, literally or figuratively, of Christmas, then it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Exactly. Same
I
way
think
as like
I think that's
Gremlins.
Yeah, Gremlins is. I think that's a perfect explanation for what a Christmas movie is. It's just if they say Merry Christmas, goodwill towards men and women, then it's got to be a Christmas movie.
That's it. Yeah. It's
So cool. We've
really,
answered
really
it here,
low
people.
standards.
You can DM us, but I'm just going to delete it if you disagree with us because I hold the power. Unlimited power. So
Set your feelings.
before we talk... Before we talk any more about this movie, let's do Jordan Explains the Movie real quick so everyone kind of knows the plot breakdown of this movie.
There's a bat in it.
There's a bat and a man. Oh yes, it's time for Jordan to explain the movie quickly. It's Batman Returns. We start with Pee Wee Herman giving birth to Oswald Cobblepot. Woof, that guy looks bad, so his parents throw him in a river to get rid of him. He ends up in the penguin cage of an abandoned zoo where he lives for 33 years. Jesus motif? I don't know. You tell me. Penguin emerges from the sewers and runs for mayor with the help of businessman Max Schreck. Obviously, Gotham doesn't have a lot of great mayoral candidates, so Schreck kills his mild-mannered assistant Selena Kyle because she found out his dark secrets. But she's reborn as a confident Catwoman because cat tongues are magical, I guess. Catwoman wants Batman out of the way, so Penguin and her team up since he's a mutual fly in their ointment.
Scented or unscented?
I'll come back later.
They frame Batman for murder, all while Bruce and Selena end up forming a relationship outside of their costumes. Penguin loses his mayoral support and backstabs Catwoman and Schreck. His new plan is to kill all the firstborn sons of Gotham. Selena and Bruce realize they are Catwoman and Batman respectively because they both suck at hiding their identities. Penguin sends his goons in to kill the firstborns, but Batman stops him, so his plan B is sending his army of penguins out into Gotham strapped with bombs to kill everyone. But wouldn't you know it, Batman saves everyone again. Catwoman confronts Shrek to kill him, and Batman tries to convince her it's not the way.
This is the way.
Catwoman doesn't buy into it, though, and wants Shrek dead. So 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot. Shrek tries to kill Catwoman, but she has 9 lives for some reason, so she tase kisses him and kills him. So now, Shrek is dead. Penguin dies from his wounds. Batman can't find Selina, but it's okay, because we know she's alive and she'll probably come back. But she doesn't. We know it's a Christmas movie, because at the end, Alfred says Merry Christmas, and we learn goodwill is not just for men, but women also. Bruce Wayne over here, social justice warrior. Essentially, in the end, the movie is about goons coming into Gotham City, Batman stopping goons, everyone living happily. Sounds like a Batman movie to me. All right, so welcome back. Here's my question. Have you guys watched this one before?
Yes.
Yes.
C.
Okay, I have assumed we've all seen this one before, but when was the last time? Cam, when was the last time you watched this?
Oh, I was young, like 8.
Okay,
Because I don't watch a lot of Batman movies.
He was at
okay,
New.
and then new. Okay, and then Joe, when was the last time you watched Batman Returns? Obviously, when you thought Billy D. Williams was in it.
Exactly. When I was a youngling as well.
Okay, youngling, and then Kreger, when was the last time?
I have no. I know I've seen it, but it's been a while. So I'd say maybe a decade.
Okay, so I must have been the most recent. Actually, that's not true. Mine was probably about a decade ago too when I watched this. I think I was like in my very, very early 20s the last time I watched this one. I've watched the other ones since then, but not Batman Returns. And what did you guys think of it rewatching it this time? Cam, what did you think?
It's so not good.
No, it's not.
It's like what I really, really like about it is that, like, yeah, cool. It's got Tim Burton art all over, and you're like, wow, this is weird. And like, I love the Penguin design. He's gross and amazing, but like. In true Tim Burton fashion, like very mediocre directing, but just amazing art.
Cam, I think I know
that.
your answer for this, but I think the one thing we both can agree on is watching Catwoman. Like, we're still mentally messed up, or we're attracted to psychos. Nice.
Oh yeah. And I was just like, oh man, this is so anti-feminist of a character. Like,
yeah, but that was the way she's the most feminist character ever. She has the confidence and kills men.
Her whole existence in the very beginning is like, I don't have a man. I need a man. Can I have a man? I need a man some more. And then she's like, look, I'm sexy, and it's really just still I'm gonna kill men, but I still need Batman. Like, it's
but no, don't you think it was at least a development that by the end she didn't need a man? Like, even though Batman told her, hey, don't do this, she goes, no, I'm making my own decisions and I'm doing what I think is best for me as a person. And she does it, and then she leaves Batman.
A 1 second character arc change. Like, if this was like a male character, everyone would be like, this character fucking sucks.
Yeah, and also, did anyone else notice how she's basically Spider Catwoman? Like, she got bit on the finger by a cat, and like all of a sudden,
by a cat.
Seriously, that was one of my questions in this. I was like, they don't really explain the backstory of like cats licking her, why that turns her into Catwoman.
No, the one cat
I mean, if
bit
that
her
was
and
the
drew
thing,
blood.
I would be Catwoman.
The one cat
the
bit her
radioactive
finger and drew
cats.
blood.
Well, it just reminded me of that scene in New Girl where Schmidt, he's like, I have a weird relationship with cats. And it like flashes back to him without a shirt on, and the cats are like licking his nipples. He's like, nothing came out. Like, it just reminded me of that. 100%. We have a cat live on the cast right now.
Yeah, how do you feel about it, Ellen?
No, I don't like it.
There we go. And then Joe, what did you think about this movie?
I'm the same as Cam. I did not actually like this movie. And the entire time I was trying to figure out why I don't like it. Because I like Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I like Danny DeVito as Penguin. I like Michael Keaton as Batman. And I was trying to figure out why I don't like it. And it all comes back to Tim Burton. I actually didn't really like the stylizing of this movie.
Yeah.
And the direction.
I'm actually not a huge fan of the Tim Burton Batman films. I actually like the Joel Schumacher ones more because I'm like, look, they're both campy, but Tim Burton's trying to take it too seriously. At least if you're going to be campy, lean into it all the way. Be neon lights, be like one-liners all over the place. Tim Burton put a little too much stock in the fact that like we're not at the point yet of doing like the gritty Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan Batman films, you know? And I don't like Michael Keaton as Batman. I think I'd almost take George Clooney over him. Like rewatching it, I'm like, Michael Keaton is not a good Batman in my opinion.
Here's the issue that I actually have with this movie, and I think it might help in Michael Keaton. I would like to make the argument that this is more of a Penguin movie than it is a Batman movie.
Yeah,
I think Penguin even has more screen time than Batman. So there's not much more of a character development for Michael Keaton than you would have gotten in the first one, which there was much more Michael Keaton of.
Well, yeah, in the first 40 minutes of this film, Batman shows up for like an ultimate of like a minute and 30 seconds or something like that. Like he's barely in the first like third of this movie. So
I just really want Oswald Cobblepot's onesie pajamas that are all dirty and fat and lumpy.
Yeah, it looks like they're just like sucked up into his butt crack and it's all dirty.
Yeah, but his body is just like one of those weird, like he's like a bowling pin. Like it's just lumpy everywhere.
You know what kind of ruins a lot of Batman stuff for me now is Gotham had such a cool, weird visualization of all the villains of the Batman universe. And I'm just like, I miss that now. Like when I go back and I watch these, I'm like, this feels so much like the 90s and the 80s. Like I just am not digging it anymore.
Well, you just can't make anything. You can't make anything better than Batman the Animated Series, and that's what we're all hoping
That's not true.
for.
Dark Knight is just as good.
Dark Knight is.
I don't know.
Well, Cam, have you watched all three of those films? What do you think?
Yeah. I don't know. They're fine.
Are you a Chris Nolan fan or not really? I know you don't like not Michael Bay. Who's the person you don't like that's big?
James Cameron. I hate
James Cameron. Yeah. So what do you feel about Christopher Nolan?
Krager's really mad that I just said they're fine.
Which I'm not saying they're masterpieces, but I would classify them as better than fine. I would classify them as above average.
I think they're some of the best movies based off of comics for sure. Mainstream comics,
I would
not
say
like
the second one, The Dark Knight, is the best comic book movie made.
Absolutely, hands down.
I think it's like if Joker, like the new Joker with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
I feel like it's similar in that, but they like actually made it a Batman movie. So I appreciate that.
Also, I have, this is a point of contention big time how I feel about it. And I think everyone would get really mad is that if Heath Ledger didn't die, that movie would not have as much praise as it got.
I disagree.
I actually agree with you.
I don't think it's a hot take.
I think that
I think that is factual.
I think it would have a lot of it would have a lot of praise. It wouldn't have the notoriety it has for sure at all.
I disagree because when it came out, there was a lot of talk about his performance even when he was still alive.
Yeah.
It's not like he died right afterwards.
He was dead before he died before any of us saw it.
Also, can we talk about how Walking Phoenix? That's a terrible name. Who wants to go outside and walking in Phoenix? It's hot as shit.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as Christopher Walken. Yeah. I'm glad you guys are making me take notes of barks I have to put in already this early. Okay, so
I'm drinking some
let's
strong
talk about some
Pocock,
things.
Man.
Yeah, you guys coming off the handles here. So here's some things I noticed. When Oswald is like thrown into the river, and then he ends up in this abandoned zoo. And in the abandoned zoo, there's penguins. Yeah. And so did they just leave the penguins to die and fend for themselves when they abandoned this zoo?
Well, apparently there's a lot of fish in the sewer.
Yeah, because he just sustained 33 years of his life on sewer fish. And then,
which has a chemical runoff.
Yeah, so like, of course,
that's why his mouth is just constantly covered in charcoaly black.
Well, it makes me wonder: was he really that deformed as a child, or did these deformities happen from his chemical sewer fish?
Both,
both. Yeah. Selena Kyle is a zombie. Technically, she's a zombie. Yeah. Like she died and came back to life.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention. Did you guys catch the early cameo? It wasn't a cameo back then.
Paul Rubens?
No. Do you guys recognize who the paperboy was? Where's the paperboy?
No, the one who's like, Penguin, man of myth.
Yep.
Read about it. And then Alfred was like, you're an idiot. Get out of here. No, I didn't recognize him. Who was he?
It was George Clooney.
Jamie from Progressive.
What? Like the guy that uses the name your price tool?
Yep.
How did you find that out? I didn't see that anywhere.
I can just tell. That's my thing is faces. I can see that really. I like it with the voice and the face very easily. I'm like, oh, that's fucking Jamie. Damn, bark again. Oh my god.
That's probably the most the coolest find we've ever made on the Rec
I
Mic
agree.
podcast.
I agree. That's the best. That's the best.
Immediately, I was all like, oh, I know that guy.
I love it.
How do I know him? Oh yeah, he annoys the crap out of me daily.
Yes. How often are you watching progressive commercials?
No, I listen to a lot of
It's his favorite.
podcasts on like stuff, and so they'll have a lot of commercials and stuff. So
Yeah. So Selena Kyle just has a spray paint can lying around in her house for some reason.
Her
paint
house
cans?
was a disaster. Yeah, I do have spray paint cans too, though.
Yep. But do you guys have them in your closet with your clothes?
No.
No.
That's where she's housing hers. Buried
Yeah, she doesn't
underneath
have a
clothing
garage.
in her closet.
a garage.
Put it in a pantry or something on a shelf.
you mix
I don't
it up
know.
for
Put it in the
Whiz.
bonnet.
You'll ruin that Philly cheesesteak.
Touche. Bruce Wayne is kind of a doof and awful at keeping his identity in this movie.
Oh yeah, he's
God,
a terrible
so
at it.
bad. And he simped so hard. Just like, come on, dude.
well,
He
don't
was the least
don't say
Batman,
simp too
Batman
much.
ever. I know you're not supposed to say it anymore.
Don't say simp too much. Yeah, because if we ever want to go on Twitch, we'll get in trouble. So, but
No,
yeah,
if-
I thought Bruce Wayne
No,
was
no.
awful
If they
in this
ask,
movie.
I'm talking.
Oh,
Hi, Madison.
Hi, Madison.
Madison scared the crap out of me. You came in through the bathroom door.
How long has she been in there?
Yeah, I don't know. How long
She was taking a real Cobblepot. Am I right?
her ear's been to the door the whole time. Like, yes, I'm waiting for my moment.
Okay, that's not true. But can I just say, half the things you said are things I brought up.
Yeah, I do steal a lot of what I say
Yeah,
from
100%.
Madison.
We all know that happens.
Oh my god,
Bye.
that's amazing.
I know.
man.
I try to give her credit, but if I gave her credit every time something I say I stole from her, we'd never get through this podcast. So, all right, moving on. Batman blows a dude up. He kills someone.
Oh,
Straight
that's what I was
kills
gonna
someone.
say. He kills so many people, and then like they're just nonchalant. Like also, he doesn't even try to say the Christmas princess or whatever, and she's falling. Like he has grappling stuff. He was like, she's falling. It's fine. Like doesn't even
Christmas
try to save
Princess is
her.
a great name for a band.
The Christmas princess, yes. Cam, maybe you know this. Do they transport kitty litter in giant trucks like that?
No, that was just sand. It wasn't actually kitty litter.
No, she said saved by kitty litter.
Just referring it to that because she's a cat.
Also,
Yeah. It wasn't
Okay.
actual kitty litter.
Also,
Okay,
I know,
it would've
I
been
know
way
we're
better if she
suspending
just, like-
reality because it's a comic movie, but like that should have taken up one of her lives because that's not as soft as you think it is.
No, it did.
Oh, it did.
It did. That's one of her
Yeah.
deaths.
Okay.
Yeah, Batman
when-
killed her.
Also,
it would have been way better if she just totally just took a big old shit in the sand and buried it.
that would be amazing. Also,
that's what this
are we
movie's
going to gloss
missing.
over the fact at that actor doing a terrible Christopher Walken accent as his son? Like that sounded more like Arnold
Oh my gosh.
Schwarzenegger than Christopher Walken.
Yeah. Chip is the worst Christopher Walken
Oh my
impersonator ever.
god, it was
so bad.
I mean, I don't do a good Arnold.
Can you
but,
do better? Craig,
Yeah,
can
Craig,
you do a
can
better
you do a better
Christopher Walken?
Walken?
You know I suck on the spot. Heyo.
That sounds like something Penguin would say, which is another point I have here. Penguin is so horny. It's
Oh my God.
he is. Yeah, but
He spends
imagine
all
if
his
you just
life
lived
with
with
penguins,
only
so would you.
penguins.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Batcave is a huge OSHA hazard. What's with these tiny little walkways that Alfred's standing on, where it's like just crack off and he would die?
But it has a
Also,
slide.
Are we gonna mention?
Also,
It does have a
when,
slide, yes.
when he goes into the little torture cage with
Torture
the
chamber
spikes, wouldn't
Yeah,
it make more
the Iron
sense for
Maiden?
the spikes to retract before it closes, not after it closes?
Nah. No. Those spikes are the rubber spikes that's in the Indiana Jones ride, so he's all good.
I do like myself a good rubber spike.
Yes.
Also,
Man,
And
sucking
I'm
on the spot and rubber spikes. Craig, are you doing all right?
Yeah. He used the Brew Interviews code for AdamandEve.com.
Is that just being in that bedroom? Does it just make you just full of that kind of energy?
Making George is one hell of a drug.
Oh, okay, yes.
Also,
How morbid is this story with just going to kill a bunch of kids? Like, that's a pretty morbid
full
story.
Anakin.
oh yeah.
You never go full Anakin.
Yeah, definitely. Joe, what
It's full biblical. It's full
there
kill
are-
the firstborn son.
there are a lot of biblical references. Like, he's 33 years old,
Yeah.
and then he dies, like the firstborn sons. Yeah, there's a lot of references there. But Joe, I cut you off a second ago. What
No
were you
one
going to
likes
say?
you when you're 33.
I was gonna say, if you were going to have someone address a bunch of people, would you give them a raw fish beforehand?
Yeah, no. No.
Eat them.
Also, can we get him out of this
Yeah,
stage
smart.
onesie, please? With the
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hey, look, hey, come on downstairs.
And by all means,
it's
bring the fish with you and keep eating it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, that was poor planning on Max Shrek's part over here.
Yeah. Also, so many Shrek references, and I didn't see one donkey.
Nope. Did you know what the Shrek reference is too, though? If anyone,
Yeah,
I know
Michael
Cam would
Myers
know.
is ogre.
No, actually, I'm talking about what Tim Burton would be referencing in this movie.
Yeah, 'cause Shrek hadn't
it's,
come out yet.
It's Disney and Mickey Mouse.
No. So Max Schreck is the name of a German horror actor back in the 30s and 40s, and he's actually a major character in Nosferatu.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that was
Mickey
a little
Mouse.
nod. Yeah, Mickey Mouse, of course.
Nosferatu.
Yeah. Can we see a mashup? I want a doodle from Cam of Mickey Mouse as Nosferatu.
Also,
I'll do it.
just quick sidebar. Did you guys see what I
That'd be so
posted?
cool.
How during the first week of playoffs, you can watch a game with SpongeBob commentating?
Yeah, so that was something I was going to bring up on Around a Round Table in January when we come back, because we're taking a week off after this episode, and then we're coming back in January with Around a Round Table, where Nickelodeon is simulcasting the wild card game, and they're going to be having Nickelodeon characters like commentating and showing up at halftime, and then also putting like googly eyes on some of the players during replay scenes and stuff. It's going to be like it's like Idiocracy coming to life right now.
I'm
Yeah, it
so
is.
excited.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. It's going to
Have
be
they said
super
which-
weird.
Like which game it's going to be? Like what time
Yeah, the
slot?
wild card game. Isn't there?
Oh, the wild
Isn't there one?
No, but there's two.
Or there's two.
No, there's going to be 4
like the wild card games.
There's 4 wild card games.
I think all of them, because it just said wild card game. It didn't give a specification, so I assume it's all of them.
I guess you could say it's a wild card.
Why?
Because why not?
Yeah. 20. You know what? They're like, let's start 2021 off with a bang. And that's
Can I
what
just
they
get,
came up
before that happens, can I just get some of you guys to ship me and Corey some edibles so we can get real stoned so we can watch that?
with. That's really the only way to do it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give you guys some info about this movie, kind of like info you can get on wreckmypodcast.com, where you can go and find all of your Wreck My Podcast needs on our website. So this movie came out, again, a movie coming out in a different time than when it's set, June 19th, 1992. It came out 3 days after my wife was born, and she was probably in the theater seeing it then.
It came
because
out 4
she-
days after I turned 1
she
year
just
old.
loves this movie. Oh, dang. Okay. Again, I hate when they have movies come out in the middle of summer and it's like a Christmas movie. Shane Black, Iron Man 3. So it's just super weird to me, but it had an $80 million budget. It grossed 162 in the USA and 266 worldwide.
Also, you can.
This
I feel
actually,
like half the budget was blown just
Uh-huh.
on that first scene going into the zoo. Like, you see how intricate that like set was that they never use again.
Yeah, it was pretty rad.
They never use it.
yeah, well, they,
That's
Yeah,
a,
they don't
that's a-
use it because it's just a miniature.
But I mean,
Oh,
that's
that
a pretty
makes more sense.
standard Tim Burton shot.
Yeah,
they
100%,
use, well, that's
100%.
like the Tim Burton thing, is like his credits follow something as the credits go on.
Like this, and then you just hear
Yeah.
Danny Elfman's music in the background, like.
And then you find out that the miniatures aren't actually miniatures, and that it's the house that the people are going to die in, and Beetlejuice is a part of. All right, so actually, it's funny that you brought.
And we won't go home.
So Krieger, it's funny that you bring that up, because the Warner Brothers lot, they used 50% of the Warner Brothers lot to create Gotham City for this movie. It's like the biggest undertaking they ever
That's a
did.
lot. Honestly,
Yes.
that seems like a lowball number. I would have guessed 75%. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
it
the
was
Warner
a
Brothers lot is
I don't know.
huge.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've never actually been on the Warner Brothers lot, but I can imagine that that's one of the bigger studios, which now that they've screwed all of their filmmakers over with this HBO deal, they probably won't be having as many people wanting to be on their lot. But they were one of the bigger movie-making studios, definitely at that time. Yes, we talk about current events here because we're a good podcast.
Yeah, we don't do ours early.
So it's not like we recorded this a month or two ago.
But
so
that's because
anyway,
it takes so
this
long to get to
movie-
India.
That's true. That's true. The podcast does go on the slow boat over to India. So
This
this
making
has
outsourcing our content, Jeff.
no. Cam doesn't listen to the Elite 8 Showdown podcast, so he doesn't know the beef that we constantly have with them over there.
Yeah. Cool.
You know what would happen, Cam? If you actually listened to them and then referenced one of their episodes, they would lose their mind.
Yeah, but also then I'd have to listen to it.
Yeah, and you know what? Who wants to change their idea that you're the greatest person on Wreck My Podcast because you don't listen to them?
That's kind of funny, actually. I don't know.
Yeah. If that says anything about your podcast, they're happy about the people that don't listen to them.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Cool.
All right, so 80% critic score. 73% audience score. So we are in the minority not liking this movie. People think, and it's got to be all these scores came at a time when 13-year-olds discovered the internet and just loved that vacuum-sealed Catwoman suit with Michelle Pfeiffer. That's what this has got to be, because there's no way this movie can have a 73% audience score and an 80% critic score. It is not that good of a movie.
And all the critics just did as much blow as Tim Burton did, and we're just like, yeah, this is so great, man. It's so big. This is amazing. I love the penis Batmobile that shoots through that skinny thing, and it's a giant penis on a bridge. Like, they loved it.
It's so true. That's so funny. I love it. I love
this
it.
movie just got a little worse for me now.
Yes.
Wait, Gregor, did you like this
directed
movie?
No, I did not like this movie. I was really excited because, like, I like Michael Keaton, and in my mind I remembered him being a good Batman. And also for fantasy football, I listened to the Fantasy Footballers, who also do the Spitballers podcast, inspiration for the Around Roundtable show, and they love Michael Keaton. I'm like, for some reason in my mind remembered Michael Keaton being a great Batman, and then I watched this. I'm like, he didn't say a lot, terrible acting, and he was just like, "Oh, I'll do anything you say because I love you because you're crazy, Michelle Pfeiffer."
See,
And he sounded just like that.
I still make the same argument. You can't judge Michael Keaton on this movie as Batman because it's not a Batman movie. It's a Penguin movie.
It's not.
Yeah, but he's also not that great in the first one either. Michael Keaton is way better as the Vulture than he is as Batman, honestly. Birdman is better.
Michael Keaton,
he was a great Vulture. Like, and I haven't seen Birdman. I really want to see Birdman. I heard that's an impeccable movie.
Birdman's amazing.
Yeah, I need to.
Corey and I were just talking about watching Birdman the other day. I don't know. I totally forgot because you said you haven't seen Birdman. I was like, Birdman's pretty cool. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to watch it together?
It's good for people who are really.
Yeah, sure. And anything with Ed Norton in it, I'm gonna like.
So this movie was directed by Tim Burton, as we said. He did Beetlejuice, the first Batman movie, Edward Scissorhands. I love Sweeney Todd. I love that movie he did.
That's a good movie.
It's a really great movie. Tim Burton feel all over that. This was written by Daniel Waters, who also wrote Heathers and Demolition Man. Demolition Man we've covered on this podcast. Heathers we have not, but we probably should at some point. And then it was also written by Sam Hamm, who wrote the first Batman film.
Sam Hamm.
So we got Michael Keaton as Batman. Obviously, we've been talking about. The Founder is another great movie Michael Keaton's in. If you like McDonald's and ice cream machines.
Also,
Danny DeVito,
Mr. Mom.
Yeah, Mr. Mom. That's okay.
Also,
Multiplicity, sure. And 500 other movies that Michael Keaton has probably been a part of.
Multiplication and subtraction.
Danny DeVito... Danny DeVito played Penguin. He's
the best.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Twins, 500 other things that Danny DeVito
directed Matilda.
Yeah, exactly. Matilda. He was in Matilda too.
Yeah, he was in Matilda and he directed Matilda. Yeah.
We have Michelle Pfeiffer, who played Catwoman. She was in What Lies Beneath, Hairspray, and her most famous role, she played Sandy in Grease 2.
Yeah, such a shame that she's so, so ugly, It's
What Lies Beneath is a good movie.
What Lies Beneath is an okay movie, actually. I just rewatched it, and it's really slow, and they could have cut about 45 minutes out of that movie, and it would have been a lot better. And also, Harrison Ford just looks like he wants a paycheck during this whole film. It's a little bit, it takes you out of it.
That's what he looks like in 80% of the movies he's in.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Honestly,
Also,
that's true.
Can we
I
note
forgot
that,
that.
actually, Walken, like even behind the wig was he's a pretty studly dude back in the day.
Oh yeah, he's a good-looking man.
Studly dude.
Christopher Walken played Max Schreck. And if you don't know who Christopher Walken is, then you probably
he had a
need
watch in
more
his
cowbell.
ass for so many years.
He had a what?
A watch in his ass.
I don't know that reference.
Oh, Jordan.
It's from Pulp Fiction.
What movie are you? Oh yeah, I've seen that once. I don't remember. Anyway,
Jordan isn't a fan of Pulp Fiction.
Honestly, I'm not a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. I know that people are not going to like that.
He
but
just
it's
he
whatever.
likes his juice to be more smooth.
Cam is
He
so
likes his
upset
pulp
right
to
now.
be more real.
You know, I do love
one time.
I do love Tim Roth. So I love him in like Honey Badger or whatever in Pulp Fiction.
Wait,
I paid way more attention to their characters than anyone else.
So you
in the
don't
whole
like
movie.
pulp, but you like broth. They're very similar.
Roth. Tim Roth, bro.
Tim
Tim Roth over here. So we have Michael Gough, who played Alfred, and he's in all 4 of the Batman movies. Guys, so there is a character named Thin Clown. I was not able to pick him out of the lineup.
No, they were all different body types.
They were all different body
It was
types, but
probably
Thin
the clown that
was-
had the most lines, I would guess, because he looked a little familiar.
Oh, the
Yeah,
one that got shot and died?
Or the
He
one
was
on the
real
stilts.
thin.
Maybe, but he was played by Doug Jones, who has popped up on this podcast multiple times. He was in
Tom Jones' brother.
Three Sisters, the 3 sisters that are awful, and I hate that movie. What is that movie called? Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus?
He played the guy with the mummy guy, and that he plays Abe Sapien. He plays. It's the story I told where he went to my grandparents' church, and they told me an
that
actor
guy.
went there. It's that guy, Doug Jones. He was in this movie. It was like his first role ever. Was in this movie. I had no idea. That dude blew up. He's so big. It's awesome. So that's kind of a fun
He's
cameo.
not the guy that blew up in the movie.
No, he isn't the guy that blew up in the movie. He's the guy that blew up in real life. But not as cool of a cameo as Krager's cameo. Fine, that's for sure.
Yeah, Krager's cameo is the best.
Speaking of the clowns, what qualifies a woman with a poodle as a freak for a clown show?
I'm pretty sure it
that
was
she
a
has
dude.
no emotion. She shows no emotion. Maybe
Might have
because
been.
she was, wasn't she? What's that called when you're super white and you have eyes?
Alopecia.
A Republican.
No. Oh my gosh.
Alopecia.
Albino. Wasn't she albino? Wasn't she like an albino?
I think she
lady?
was an albino, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Is that a
makeup.
bisexual rhino?
But it was makeup, yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
And his name's Al, yeah.
Yes, it's in the animal world. He made the documentary "An Inconvenient Truth." Albino. It's the dumbest joke ever. That was
the dumbest joke you've ever said. That was
Hey,
an Al Gore bisexual climate change
Do you want to know what
no
makes it
sense
worse?
whatsoever.
Do you know what makes it worse? His brother sold shoes.
You all got it.
As Al
His
Bundy.
brother sold shoes. Oh my god! Jeez. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. If people are still listening at this point, what is wrong with you?
turn it off. Like, just go on.
That was the dumbest joke
This is
ever.
what happens when
so
I come
Paul
back
Rubens,
to California.
Yes. Paul Rubens plays Penguin's father, who is Pee Wee Herman, obviously, which is cool because he reprises that role in the Gotham TV show. Paul Rubens
he
plays
does.
Oswald's
He does.
father in that. And what's
Isn't
cool
he
is
also in that movie Mystery Men, and he plays like the stench or something?
yes, I believe so. Yeah.
He plays the
we
Yeah, the
Mystery
spleen.
Men?
The spleen.
Yeah, that's,
we need to do Mystery Man.
oh my gosh. Yeah, we do, and we'll watch the
We do not
Smash
need
Mouth
to do Mystery Men.
music video with the Mystery Men in it as well. And then the other thing that was really cool is that Diane Salinger, she plays Penguin's mother, who is the waitress in Pee-wee's Big Adventure that sits in the T-Rex mouth with Pee-wee. So they're kind of reprising the role and playing characters together in
Penguin
this
was
movie as well.
conceived
They're
in
both
the
Tim
T-Rex
Burton.
mouth.
Directed that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you all just talked at the same time. What do you say?
They're both
Tim Burton directed Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes, he did.
Penguin
Yes,
was
he did.
conceived in a T-Rex
Fine.
mouth. That's all I heard.
Is what Gregor said.
Yeah, that's what Gregor said. All right, and then finally, Danny Elfman did the music like every Tim Burton film. The poor man's John Williams, if you will. All right, so let's talk about the fun facts here. Real quick.
Corey has no idea what the hell we're doing. And she stared at me while I made all those sounds.
Anyone who can't hear this, they're just like, "What is happening right now?"
So anyone who has listened to this cast before knows that is Cam's Danny Elfman sounds.
Yeah,
Oh, of course,
Yeah,
of course.
100%.
TM. What is facts? Baby, they're fun. They're fun. Oh, yeah. What is facts? Baby, they're fun. They're fun. Oh, yeah. So... fun facts here. Danny DeVito said that he remained in character between takes, or it has been said to stay in character the whole time filming. Here's my
Did
question.
he just eat raw fish at the crafty table?
Yeah, just sushi all day. Here's my question. Is it a sign of a good actor to stay in character all times, or is that the sign of a bad actor because you don't actually know how to act, so you have to convince yourself that you're that person to get through the role?
It just means you're committed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
feel like the whole
that
Daniel
someone stays an actor in character.
I don't know. I feel like how Daniel Day-Lewis method acting, I'm like, that just makes me think you're not real great at your job. That you have to stay in role all the time. Otherwise, you're going to lose it, you know?
You telling me you didn't stay in character when you played that guy in Lederhosen with the mustache in that movie?
No, because
What do you mean? He's still in that character right now.
Yeah, that character was based off of me. So obviously.
Oh, you didn't hear? He died. Yeah, cool party.
Hey, Greg, you made it.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. I just got off work.
No worries, man.
Is Taylor here?
Of course, yeah. She's back in that room.
Oh. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, before I forget, if you see Josh, can you tell him I have his money?
Oh man, you didn't hear? I thought you would be the first to know. There was a big accident on the 14. Drunk driver. Josh was in it. He didn't make it.
What?
Yeah, we all found out about it a couple hours ago. But hey, enjoy the party. Yeah, cool party. Anyway, have a good time. Have a good time. Dude, I was just trying to act while not throwing up from being so nervous, acting in front of so many people on that set.
That's why it's the best, is because his nervous energy is like so palpable, but it's just real energy.
You could just tell I'm so freaking nervous during all that. Anyway,
yeah, it's amazing.
The entire set where they used the penguins was refrigerated to 35 degrees to accommodate their living condition.
Did you also read that it was all made out of cheese too? Sculpted out of cheese?
No, that
Like the
can't be
moon.
real.
Yeah, just like the moon.
No way. This
Same
isn't
cheese
Wallace
from
and
the moon.
Gromit. Did you watch the right movie, Cam? I think you watched Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, I watched
watched Batman
cheese so
Cheese
bad
Edition.
now.
Cheese. Can we release the cheese cut?
Jeez, Craig.
I want the Snyder cut. I want the cheese cut. Thank you. I was hoping someone would make that joke. Christopher Walken almost didn't get hired for the role because he scared Tim Burton so much that Tim Burton didn't want to book him.
Wait, what did
He didn't have a scary role.
No, intimidated him. Like, he didn't want to work with him because Christopher Walken is a hard actor to work with. And Tim Burton didn't want to actually take that on. So he almost didn't hire.
Tim Burton had him in Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, years later after he was like, oh, this guy's not so bad. And then he hired him again.
I
We
guess
have an
to be-
understanding now.
I guess to be fair, like this is like walking after like Deer Hunter and stuff, you know, like
Yeah.
where he's like so hardcore.
Well, Tim Burton was like, if Walken's chewing up all my scenery, I'm going to have nothing left for Gotham City. Because
Yeah.
Walken notoriously just goes on. And oh my God.
Choose the
that
sets.
guy, like, I love him, but man,
Because they're made out of cheese.
they are made out
Exactly.
of cheese. Who doesn't want to chew that set? So Michelle Pfeiffer put a live bird in her mouth for that scene where her and
Go
Penguin
her.
had that
Oh.
standoff. That was a real bird.
She is
awesome.
so
That wasn't
psychoically
CG. That was a real
attractive.
bird that
Oh
flew
my
out of her
God.
mouth.
That's why I looked good.
It looked great. The Batman suit in this one doesn't have boots. They used Air Jordan 6s, which I'm not a sneakerhead, so I don't know if those are cool or not. But I thought,
But
hey,
you
that was
know
fun.
they're sneakers. So
I do know they're sneakers.
But
Don't
why?
ninjas wear those?
Wait, what?
No one. How long could we? I love how long we could hold that awkward silence of no one laughing.
Because they're always sneaking
Are
up
you-
on people. Am I right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ba, ba,
Great
ba.
Black Panther joke. Michelle Pfeiffer was literally vacuum sealed into the suit every time, and she could only do takes for like a half hour before getting lightheaded, and they had to get her out of the suit, which meant that they made 60 Catwoman costumes for her to use.
Can I get
That's
one?
kind of like my
How did
friend's
they seal that enough
weird,
to vacuum
weird
seal
sex
it?
toy. Oh, my friends have a weird sex toy that's like a human Pop-Tart where you vacuum seal it and all it has is a mouth hole and you're just inside this like bag that vacuum seals shut.
That sounds like my worst
That
nightmare.
makes me so uncomfortable.
That sounds
that
like
makes-
that sounds like
my
a
worst
really
nightmare.
uncomfortable way to lose weight.
Yeah, just wait until you know who it is. I'll tell you.
I can already guess.
We already know who it is.
Johnny.
I already know.
no way.
Not Johnny. This
No,
guy.
I just got to
Yeah,
see
we
that.
all know
I
who
gave
it
that
is.
sweet man a hug about an hour ago. No, he is not. He could not do that.
Johnny or the human Pop-Tart guy?
I'll leave that up to you.
Wait, Cam, please tell me that vacuum sealed thing still, when it's fully vacuum sealed, still looks like a square, so it's like a Pop-Tart still.
Yeah.
It's like SpongeBob. This movie set the record for the time of box office opening weekend for 3 days of 47.7 million. So that was the record at the time. And now we're like at what, like 180 million on an opening weekend or something like
it's
that?
like if you don't make $600 million on opening day, this movie sucks.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Michelle, I'm sorry. This is the only sequel movie that Tim Burton has ever done. Is the Batman movie. But I just saw that they're talking about a Beetlejuice 2 that he's going to direct. So that might be another sequel.
Can we call it
coming up.
Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice?
Or
Yes, that's
Beetlejuice?
Oh, I think we got money right here.
Um,
Beetlejuice.
Didn't Tim Burton do like an Alice in Wonderland movie, and wasn't there a sequel to that?
He did the first one. I don't believe he did the second one. Did he?
It just might he get credited for his art or something.
I think he-
I don't know.
I think he produced. I think he directed the first one, produced the second one. Is what happened.
Hey,
but
Jordan.
yeah. Yes,
Are you wearing a Crespi sweatshirt?
I am. I'm wearing my Crespi sweatshirt right there. I'm representing the Odd Couple.
Yeah, fuck that place, man.
This is like my workout jacket. I wear this.
It's
whenever
such a
I'm gonna be
nice
sweaty.
hoodie, though. It's such
It's
a
so
nice
comfy.
hoodie.
Yeah, it's so comfy. That's why I wear it all the time. I love it so much. I was gonna say that Tim Burton didn't want to direct a sequel so bad that he forced the writing of this film to not reference anything except one line from the first movie. And he also, that's why Billy D. Williams didn't come back. He was supposed to play Harvey Dent and turn into Two-Face in this movie. And he was like, I don't want anyone but Alfred and Batman from the first movie to show up as the same actors. He wanted this to be completely separate.
All I'm learning from this and from a documentary I just watched about the making of Nightmare Before Christmas, because he was working on this movie at the exact same time Nightmare Before Christmas was in production. And Tim Burton was on set for Nightmare for one day and just screamed at people and kicked a hole in the wall because he's a, super cokehead, and then comes down here and is all coked out. And like, he's just an asshole.
Yeah, he definitely does seem like not the easiest person to work with, but hey, when you have a vision, I guess you're not gonna.
When you're good at making very tall things with no right angles and black and white stripes with teeth, you're allowed to be an asshole.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, he doesn't seem like the nicest guy. But speaking of Tim Burton, he's the voice on the answering machine when Catwoman goes in, and he's like, "Yeah, about our weekend getaway, we're not going on that anymore." That's Tim
That's a
Burton's
cool
voice.
cameo.
He did it.
That's
Yeah,
kinda
so that
cool.
was kind of fun. So he even plays jerks in the movies he's in.
They
Yeah.
do.
He probably just thought that was like actual, how you talk to people.
They do reference the leading lady from the first one, Val, in this movie a bunch. Not a bunch, but a few times.
Vicky Vale.
Vale,
Yeah. He mentions that he had a past relationship that didn't work, and that was about it. Like, so they
And that
tried
she
to separate
discovered
as
the
much as
Batcave.
possible. Yes, he did say, "Oh, Alfred, you let her into the Batcave," kind of thing. Speaking of the Batman, the bat suit weighed 55 pounds. That's a heavy bat
suit.
That's a heavy suit. Oh, get this. So Michelle Pfeiffer in the original movie went out to play Vicky Vale, and she didn't get the role. Well, she technically didn't get the role in this movie either. Some other actress got the role, but she got pregnant. So they were like, well, we're not holding production for you. So
Can you imagine her?
Michelle Pfeiffer
Imagine if Michelle Pfeiffer was pregnant too in that suit. It would be amazing.
Is that more kinks going on over here?
No, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I had a litter of kitties."
Yeah, I don't.
Crazy.
I don't want that at all. David Bowie was offered the role for Max Schreck, but he turned it down.
My God.
I think David Bowie would have been way better in that role, but he turned it down to be in the acclaimed movie Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, the one that nobody knows
amazing.
exists. Yeah, but no one knows it exists. Everyone's just like, it's a TV show.
I own it on VHS, bro.
Oh, wow. Well, David Bowie's in that one, and he decided to be in that instead of this movie.
A good choice.
Yeah, would you rather work with Tim Burton or David Lynch?
David Lynch all day, every day.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing about Tim Burton, probably David Lynch. Although David Lynch seems like he'd be kind of a weird guy to work with too, but maybe nicer.
Do you know that he has a YouTube channel ever since quarantine happened, and he tells you what the weather's going to be in Los Angeles and picks the day's number? It's the best.
Whoa, that's pretty fun.
He's like, today's number is 7. It's amazing, and that's what he sounds like.
That's awesome. I love it. Tim Burton, I already told you that one. So in one version of the script, Max Schreck was going to be Penguin's older brother.
Oh,
dun,
weird.
Dun, dun.
Which that makes sense because Penguin talks a lot like he has another brother that took his spot.
Yeah,
and they never.
And I think
they
that's
never
just,
talk about that. Never.
I think that's just sloppy work on the punch up of the script. I think that they just left a lot of those things in there because they weren't doing a very good job of quality assurance on it.
Quality assurance.
So there you go. I have a. Yes, exactly. Like your guy, what's his name?
Guy.
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie from Progressive.
Yeah. I have a fan theory for you guys. Not technically about this movie, but just about Batman in general.
And that he's not actually a bat or a man.
No, he's not a bat.
This movie's actually a Penguin
exist.
movie.
This movie doesn't actually exist. None of us actually watched it. It's a weird Bermuda Triangle interdimensional thing that sucks the soul slowly out of us as we watch this film.
I could use my soul, a good soul sucking.
Yeah, Krager knows where the spot is.
Day.
So my fan theory is about Batman, and the fan theory goes that he's actually the villain of every story. He claims to want to rid Gotham of its crime, but with his millions of dollars as Bruce Wayne, he could invest in better law enforcement practices and make Arkham Asylum not a place from the 1930s that everyone who goes there can break out of and is constantly being ran by shady organizations. And then they say
billionaires are terrible. Billionaires are terrible.
Exactly. So, like, if Bruce Wayne would just use his money to make Gotham better, then Gotham would be rid of its crime better than Batman could rid it of its crime, because he really is just addicted to fighting, and that's why. And he's using Batman as his vice to like beat up people. And there's also the argument that more than half of Batman's villains wouldn't exist if Batman wasn't around.
Yeah.
Like, Joker even says it, like, you're the reason there's crazy people here. Because you're crazy and you're bringing the crazy out, and the crazy has to keep going the next step every time. So there's the whole theory that Batman is actually like the villain of the stories. So there, I just wanted to bring a fan theory because
Batman's superpower is white privilege.
Totally. Oh my gosh, totally. And even so, okay, here's the thing. Like Spider-Man, we got Peter Parker, but then we have like Miles Morales, which gives you like a different take on cultural differences and like where people are on like class and stuff like that. The different version we have of Bruce Wayne is Terry McGinnis, who is yet another white billionaire in the future. You don't get an actual different version. That's
Batman Beyond's the coolest one because he's just like a teenager.
No, I thought Batman Beyond is Terry McGinnis, isn't it? Oh no, I thought.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought Batman Beyond.
Batman's not
Terry
my world.
McGinnis.
What about Joe? You're the Batman expert.
I'm sorry, say it again.
You're the Batman expert. Is Batman Beyond
Please
Terry
come again?
McGinnis or another guy?
I'm not that familiar with Batman Beyond. I do know it is like you said, teenager, but I'm not very familiar with
Isn't
it.
it really popular at like Carl Jr. right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
It's
It's
know
the
that it's
ve-
made
it's
out of
the
completely
vegan-
plants. Yeah.
Yeah, vegan Batman over here. You know what's interesting? I just wrote a article on a Batman comic, and there is a. Have you guys heard of the Batman Who Laughs?
No.
No, so it's the dark multiverse Batman where I forget what Earth he's from, but it's Batman killed the Joker, but when he killed him, this toxin that was in Joker's heart released and Batman breathed it in and Batman goes crazy and kills all of his friends in the Justice League and everyone he knows, and he essentially becomes a Joker Batman hybrid. Yeah, it was so cool. I forget what the comic
a cool idea.
arc is because he gets brought into Earth Prime and then he takes it over, and I forget which character I was writing about. Oh, Harley Quinn, and then Jarrod, the star in a jar, has to fight him and stuff like that. Yeah, it's crazy. What are you doing, Cam?
I don't know.
Anyway, that's the end of the episode. If you like this episode, hey, go listen to some other ones. If you didn't like this episode, hey, go listen to some other ones. You can find us on wreckmypodcast.com. You can find us on anywhere you can find podcasts, YouTube as well. Give us a rating or a review. If you give us a review, we will send you a sticker. Also, I'm upset because Elite 8 Showdown has more 5-star reviews than we do, but that's only because a bunch of bots are giving them 5-star reviews, I'm pretty sure. So ours are all legit. So, guys, go give us a 5-star review. I really want more 5-star reviews. Just 5-star review.
I believe
because listeners get something if we hit 50 5-star reviews.
If we hit 50,
no.
reviews.
If we hit 55 5-star reviews.
Okay, if we hit 55
I say
5-star
we should
reviews.
hit 69 5-star reviews.
If we,
that's funnier.
420 5-star reviews.
If we hit 55 5-star reviews, I will finish welding my T-Rex out of a pipe wrench, and we'll give it to someone. Cam will do something artistic, and we'll give it to someone. Joe will either do something.
I did get the
musically
vaccine.
Or
if
sexual.
I got the vaccine, I'm really good at doing things artistically.
So Joe will either do something sexual or artistic for one of our viewers, and Jordan will write them an essay about something, and we'll auction those off.
Cam just made an autism joke.
Yeah,
I went over everyone.
Wait, did you really?
I just had to point that out there.
No, not yet.
No,
I'm part of round 2 though. I'm in the second wave because I'm an educator.
Oh, that's
I'm
so
probably
funny.
going to be
My sister and Corey's sister got it because they're frontline healthcare workers.
Anyway, that was Batman Returns. Tune in next week to hear Silence because we're taking the week off. We're not going to do anything next week, but we'll come back beginning of 2021 when when COVID no longer exists, and we're all good and the world looks a lot brighter. And we'll do an around table, which I think we're going to change up the concept of a round table. I kind of told you guys we're each going to come up with our own lead segment, so that each one of us leads a segment that we do, and then that's kind of what it's going to be now.
Except
for
me, have to be Jordan and let
Stairway to
Madison
Heaven.
make mine.
Yeah, lead segment. What'd you say?
Except for me, I pulled a Jordan and let Madison create mine. So
yes, exactly. Joe, did you have a question for me?
No, I was just going to say, does the segment have to include lead, or could it be a different type of metal?
It could be any type of metal, honestly. Metallica is totally fine.
That's still not a metal.
That's a metal. It's heavy metal. So that's the end of the episode. Tune in 2 weeks. We do have one more Patreon coming out on Christmas Day, but then we're also skipping Patreon the next week as well. So we're literally taking the whole week off between Christmas and New Year's to just recharge and relax. A little R&R, recharge and refrain from being stupid on the internet.
Are you guys doing the Christmas to New Year's challenge?
No, what is that?
It's where you come in every single sock you own. All right, good night.
Good. Do. All right, bye, guys.
Wreck My Podcast. Wreck My Podcast.
Guys, look how happy I am that Corey and I found a place that has legit tacos that taste good.
Look at the prayer, the prayer stance. You
Joe,
said.
And,
did you
and look
just
at
see
look
what
how
happened
happy
with
Corey
the
is
Lakers?
because she got enchiladas.
Oh yes.
No, I haven't checked my phone.
They were
Kuzma
so
just got a
good.
3-year, $40 million deal. Like how?
Contract extension. Wow,
You know what I'm
surprised
going to do?
about that.
I'm just going to make that last episode an E for experimental.
Yeah,
or
that
E
way you
for
don't have
explicit.
to edit. Yeah.
Because I'm writing down when to take things out, but I don't know. We said it so much, and honestly, some of them like were part of the joke. So
Oh yeah. Oh, Jordan, look at my new Switch controller I got yesterday. You'll be into this. Joe too.
Wait, what?
I can't really.
It's
Pikachu!
Pikachu.
That's super cool.
And it's
Yeah,
like a
and it's
legit
super
actual
awesome.
controller.
Yeah, and it was only $49 at Target.
That's
and
awesome.
It feels great in your hand.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it's not like the little tiny Joy-Cons.
I know that's the thing that's missing. Like you need a real controller when you're playing the Switch.
Skyrim is what I've been playing again. So like
Ooh.
holding the real controller feels so good.
That's awesome. Okay, let's do Patreon real quick here, so Kreger can go to Michael's.
Well, no,
Yeah, why is he going to Michael's?
No, I'm,
get that
Philip
beer.
Troy.
I'm going with Stacy and
I was thinking Michael's craft store.
Oh, it's been a while
I was
since
like,
I've
what are
been
you going there for, man?
I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah, it's the best. It's so
actually
fun.
like
I love
it's,
Michael's.
it's middle key, pretty cool. Not low key, not
We go
high
there
key,
all the
middle
time.
key.
It's one of my favorite places ever.
Yeah, we
You can
go
get-
there all
You
the
can get a
time.
5-pack of canvas for $10. Like it's so cheap.
Yeah, Red Robin's great.
For
I love making
for
dick panties.
Patreon.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie though, but what is really awesome, Nick Dillon picks him up and sent it to me for Christmas. So I should be getting it like tomorrow. or the
I
next
was
day.
gonna say what I can do is I can go buy some and then just bring it in my flight, and then it'll be a lot cheaper to mail it to you from Macon, Georgia.
Yeah.
I think they're almost out too. You must have picked up one of their last.
Oh
few
no
cans,
no no!
Kreger.
When
Yeah.
it came out, I texted Johnny. I was like, "Hey, buy me a 4-pack." And so, yeah.
There you go. You were on it. On it.
And
I'm
Jordan,
drinking Yeehaw beer.
Yeehaw.
we
What's up?
found
Boom, boom. Everybody
Fall
say
of Troy
yeehaw.
still on sale out here.
You found Fall of Troy out there?
Is that the?
Yeah,
no,
one
wait.
of my friends posted a
that the
picture of it,
Orangesicle?
and I was like, "Where'd you get it?"
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Joe,
orange vanilla.
where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at?
I don't know. I'd have to ask, check with what my friend said, but it's somewhere off of Copper Hill.
Well, text
Oh,
him because
nice.
I will go buy that as soon as we finish this. So
Copper Hill. Interesting. Yeah, no, that although I gotta say that can's probably like a year old by this point, so it might not taste as good, but still, that was a pretty dang good beer.
Let me see if I can see what he said.
I was expecting
What
a
do you
really
think,
big
Kreger?
like kick in the shorts of like whiskey, but it's not. It's actually very like it's smooth, very smooth.
Really
What's the
balanced.
Yeah, it feels very balanced.
What's the percentage on it?
9.6.
It's supposed to be a 9. Yeah.
9.6, and it's whiskey barrel aged for like
Yes.
how long did they say? Like
10
quick
months.
barrel
Age
or
in 10
months.
No, it says age in 10th Mountain whiskey barrels. Joe and Cam, I bought a onesie, and it's got a zipper around the
Wait,
waist.
you
so I
did?
can go to
It
the
has
bathroom.
stars and strips. Whoa.
It's got a zipper back here. It's got a zipper right there, so I can unzip and go to the bathroom.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah.
We are now going to talk about spoilers for The Mandalorian, so get in or get out, little chatskis.
Wait, what did you want to say, Kreger, about the Mandalorian? Let's talk about it real quick right now before we start.
Yeah. So the two things. One is it fits perfectly with Boba Fett because Jabba the Hutt, really fat, sitting in the chair. What's Bib Fortuna?
Bib Fortuna.
He got really fat
Yep.
sitting in the chair. Boba Fett already
Yes, he
getting
did.
pretty fat. He's gonna sit in the chair. It's the fat person
I
chair.
completely
It's true.
forgot. I completely forgot that Bib Fortuna was still alive.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
never. I don't think he ever went on the barge because you never really see
No.
him on there.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he just goes like Daiwanawanga, and then he's like not in it that much.
Did you
will
see
say
he
what
said
I wanna-
McClunky?
Yeah.
He did
Yeah,
say
he did
McClunky.
They threw a McClunky in there. So funny.
Yeah, when,
I will
when
say-
he said McClunky, I was sitting next to Corey, and I was just like, "Oh, McClunky."
Dude, when he said that, I just pictured Jordan getting so excited.
Oh yeah, I was like, this is amazing. Oh, that shot gave me goosebumps where it like pans back and you see Fennec and Boba Fett just sitting on it, and I'm like, this is like the Game of Thrones for Star Wars. Like he's on his throne and he's gonna take the underground back. Like it's
Favreau
insane.
said season 3 is gonna be somewhat Game of Thronesy. Favreau has come out and said that.
Good.
Yeah, they said it's gonna be on a
because it
grand
should be
scale.
about. It should be about the criminal underground and Boba retaking that, and we meet like Bosk shows up, and that like toilet paper mummy Dengar comes back, and
Also,
stuff.
I know you three loved Sasha Banks. I know you three loved when Sasha Banks sang, "Oh, the sidekicks can talk," like referring to she didn't say anything in her first episode. Like,
she didn't say anything.
That was so.
It was
meta.
pretty
I was
funny how
laughing
meta that
so.
was.
I was laughing so hard. When
And
that
she did a
happened.
DDT. She did a jetpack to give him a DDT. It was so cool.
Okay, so my biggest issue, which I watched a video and it kind of explains it, but how Bo-Katan got the Darksaber by Sabine Wren giving it to her, and now she can't take it.
So I can answer that. So Sabine gave it to her while all of Mandalore was still on the planet, and they all agreed that she was allowed to take it. Like it was conferred with all the Mandalorian higher ups that this could happen. Now that Mandalore is scattered and she's trying to reclaim everything in the old ways, she can't do that anymore because they can't all like give her the blessing. Okay. So that's kind of it is flimsy, but that's like the explanation of it.
I think that's what season 3 is going to be about.
Yeah, well,
it's one video retaking of Mandalore and the struggle between Mando and Bo-Katan and the Darksaber.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I will say the video I watched did kind of put another spin on it. It's like, so she got it the first time from being given to her, and then she lost it, and Mandalore
so she has to fight to get it back.
So now she's all like, "Oh, no one's going to respect me if I just give it given to me again. I need to earn it through battle in order for like that kind of thing." So
that's another
100%. You got to remember when she took it from Sabine, they were still a pacifist world. No longer. They're not like the idea of pacifism isn't ruling Mandalore
They were
anymore.
big into keeping babies quiet with pacifiers.
Yeah. Yes. Vin Diesel over here, the pacifier.
Yo, you guys should play Trivia with Buds tonight with Ryan. He's giving away so many awesome prizes, and like one of them is at 7 p.m. your time, Beggs. Now that you're back in California, and it's he's giving away a Switch Lite.
Okay. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. Oh, the problem is
you need a Switch first.
Cheat like so hard. People are going to cheat so hard. Do you know how many
it's a
perfect
raffle.
score?
It's about how much money you give to.
Yeah, it's the raffle.
Yeah, the raffles. If you donate to charity,
you donate money, and for how much you donate, that's how many like raffle entries you get.
I'll donate. I drop
it's not about the trivia.
I drop like $60 on Charlie's for that raffle. So I'll donate.
Yeah. I just dropped $180 on alcohol yesterday, so I can I could definitely donate money to a charity.
Oh, speaking of which, I was like, I'm going to beat the jet lag this time. I'm going to sleep on the plane ride. Couldn't sleep. I stayed up till like midnight last night, wide awake at 5:36 in the morning. I'm just like, just come on.
Yeah, the plane rides suck. Okay, let's start this episode now that we talked about Mandalorian. I'll throw this in at the end, the B-roll, but I'll put like a disclaimer of spoilers.
Let's not make it too long. I'm supposed to.
We watched.
Supposed to go out a little bit later.
Supposed to go to Michael's after this.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael's and then
Right,
Pocock.
here,
I'm showing Stacy and her friends Pocock. So
Tifty.
I have to masturbate later.
Yeah, me too.
Do you want to FaceTime?
Cam and I are doing it on FaceTime, so
yeah.
We'll do a little JO sesh.
Here, we'll start.
Social distancing JO sesh.
Yeah.
Just put all the phones in a circle. It's the new age circle.
Before we start, Jordan, we didn't do the clap.
Wreck my podcast.